Catch it Wednesday night, 10 Eastern, right here on Speed. More amateur racing going on for you. It's the Amateur All-Stars race number 1. These are a little bit bigger bikes. These are 250s, Jeff.
Yeah, and you're looking at this is the future of the sport right here. Bell, now he's been signed to this Factory Connection team, and they got big plans for this ride. Of course, we've seen his little brother earlier in the Super Mini. But you can see right now, riders, you know, these kids are so talented at Supercross. They watch so much, you know, all of our coverage on Speed. And I know if I was this guy, I would have watched, you know, hundreds of hours of it and visualized myself in that position. I mean, look at this. He could be in, you know, a Monster Energy Supercross Lights main event the way that he's riding right now.
Zach Bell is the young man we're watching as he climbs up to the top here of Monster Mountain. And Ricky, as I pointed out a little while back, I met you years ago when you were just a young rider coming up to the amateur ranks at Loretta Lynn's, and you know how important that event is. Well, Zach Bell had the fastest lap of the week this year at Loretta's.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all the classes.
Yeah, he can ride. He can ride. He actually lives in Cairo, Georgia, where a lot of the tracks are. A lot of guys train and ride there. Just down the road from my place, actually, rides all the time. His dad used to race back in the day, and he's a good kid, too.
It's a great opportunity tonight to see these young riders and get an idea and introduce the fans to them, because someday they might be like that guy, Kevin Windham, who had a great amateur career. Aaron, he still hasn't made it into the mains tonight.
Is not. We tried to get a quick word with him, but he said he is late at trying to get down to that line for the LCQ. He is shaking his head in disbelief, saying, I just cannot believe this is happening. When it's a bad night in Vegas, it's an extremely bad night in Vegas.
You know, we're talking about these younger kids riding these amateurs. I love watching amateurs with a ton of talent that are super fast, especially especially the kids on the 80s and stuff. It's so fun to watch ride and watch their talent. It's awesome.
Another rider right there, Austin Politelli, and then here's Cole Thompson on the 16. Jeff, you came up through the amateur ranks the same way.
Yeah, and I mean, we had the opportunity to ride the amateur day at the Supercross events, and I remember being on those tracks, and I started on, you know, on like a 50, like a 65cc bike, and the track was so big, you know. But it's all about being comfortable in your surroundings, and you're seeing a lot of the top kids coming through right here. A lot of teams are signing these kids early on, and this event here is, I mean, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a once-in-a-year opportunity to get valuable experience and be comfortable in this situation, because so much of it when you get to the pro ranks is being able to handle all of the nerves and all the pressure that comes with racing in a stadium.
That's Grant Ransdell fighting his way around right now, the rider out of Miller, Georgia, on the Yamaha number 41. Right now he's running in fourth.
And see, and you got Jesse Nelson right there, 79. He's running sixth, and he rides for that Troy Lee Honda team. Okay, another one of those situations where they're going to groom him to bring him onto the professional team when it's time.
Right. It's an awesome
and they didn't have that back in our days, Ricky.
No.
I mean, especially not in my day. I mean, you came through a little bit later,
Yeah.
but I mean, you pretty much were on your own. And I mean, I remember Ricky showed up basically to the first race as a pro, and it's like, wait a second, who is this kid?
Yeah, the amateur programs weren't nothing like that, you know, like the professional race teams. Like, they didn't have a feeder team, if you will. So look at that.
Yeah, he's
out there. So yeah, when you actually make the jump from amateur to pro, you know all the guys, you know all the mechanics, you know how the bikes work, and that's key. And that's why I think these guys are so good when they make the jump now.
Putting in a pretty good time, too, a 1:31.3, his best effort. 7.8 seconds in front of Thompson. Cole Thompson holding down second.
That's pretty respectable considering the track isn't as good as it was, say, when, you know, Dungey or Villapoto was on the track. It's pretty respectable.
Coming around to the checkered flag, the first main event getting ready here. Here he is, Zach Bell, checkered flag. He wins main number 1 in impressive fashion for this young man. Lots of more racing coming your way here from Vegas. Stay with us live on Speed. Download the free Speed app for your phone. Keep Speed at your fingertips and fuel your passion for racing between events with Speed on your phone. You get the latest stats, results, news, all of it as soon as it becomes available. Just download the app from iTunes or the Android market now. Back in action with the Amateur All-Stars. This is Justin Hill. Now, in race number 1 with this class, we saw Zach Bell on the 100 dominate. Justin Hill now putting on the show here in Moto number 2. This is the younger brother of Supercross star Josh Hill.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of skills. I spoke with Josh last weekend about him, and he says, man, you should see him at the Supercross track. So now we're getting to see the opportunity.
I like his style. Dude, he's silky smooth. He's making it happen. Dude, he flows so good.
Yeah, and Bell, who won the first moto, was back in 6th. He's gone down, but this class has kind of been switch-swapped around there, and that just tells you how much talent is in this Amateur All-Star. Now, these are A and B riders riding 254-stroke bikes.
Of course, big brother Josh still recovering from his injury. Spoke with him earlier today. He said he's back to riding. He's been on the 2011 bike. Just been on it for a couple of weeks now and getting ready to switch to the 2012. He's going to be riding for Kerry Hart on that Hart and Huntington team.
Good for him. That was a gnarly wreck he took.
Yes, it was.
Glad he's all right. Back.
Looks like the Hill family might have a little something to celebrate here.
Well, and what's interesting, I mean, their father, I mean, he still rides pretty good, and so they get a lot of that skill and everything they've learned from their dad. You know, it's a whole family that rides.
And that's what it's all about. That's why we start. That's what's so one of the very cool things about this sport that we do. Look at that, man, dude. It's flowing.
The Big Rick, has he got anything on 2 wheels?
No, he's not.
Just a 4-wheeler guy.
He wasn't that great. He's more of a four-wheeler guy. That looks like a cool jump right over there, over the tunnel there.
I expected some riders to triple or do something different through there, but just kind of a double.
Yeah, if you do anything different, it'll mess you up for that last jump there. So, seen a guy going off the track in the background there. Back on. He didn't wreck. He just went off.
Justin Hill on his final lap on the Monster Energy Kawasaki Team Green entry.
So this is going to be a sweet win right here. This is a solid ride.
Bell, by the way, who won the first one, is running in 5th. Politelli, Thompson, Covington, and then Bell, the top 5. And there's a checkered flag. Moto number 2 for the Amateur All-Star class goes to Justin Hill in a big win here tonight, live on Vegas.
Yeah, it's pumped. Yeah, it's got to be so cool to race in an atmosphere like this amongst all these fans.
Yeah,
right in front of some of your riders you look up to. And
yeah, well, think about all these guys, you know, they're 14, 15, 16 years old right there. They're high-fiving each other. You think they're not stoked to be here at the Monster Energy Cup? We didn't have the opportunity to race an event like this.
No.
Man.
Well,
so cool.
It was, you know, the first time you guys had that opportunity was when you went to Anaheim for the first race of the year. And, you know, so much pressure there. Here you get a taste of it in a bit of an easier, lighter environment. Gives you a chance to get a taste as you get ready to venture off into your pro career. Mm-hmm. We can see that Hill family resemblance there, right?
Yeah,
The bright
they
smile.
all look the same. It's cool.
That's a good group of talented motocross riders right there. We're going to be calling them
Will
soon.
we make some history? Will Ryan Villapoto win the Monster Million? It's coming up.
After 10 months of competition, the final main event of 2011 is ready to go to the gate. One last chance for glory. Can Ryan Villapoto complete the sweep and capture the Monster Million? We will find out when our live coverage returns to Las Vegas right after the break.
Back here in Las Vegas, here are the results from the Amateur All-Star race number 2. Justin Hill taking a win. Austin Politelli going to cross the finish line, jump right behind him in second. Zachary Bell, who won the first one, finished 4th in this last one. So here's Aaron with our winner.
Justin Hill following in the footsteps of pro brother Josh Hill. A big moment for you tonight, taking that victory. So much hard work put into it. Where does this moment rank, Justin?
This is a big deal for me. I mean, it's in front of all these people, my brother being here and everything. It's pretty exciting.
I think he's speechless, you guys. He's very happy. Take a look at that smile.